Hi guys, good evening, and welcome back once again to the EdWord. I'm your host Eddie, and in tonight's video I will be giving you my thoughts and overall review on the latest episode of one of my new all-time favorite shows, Lovecraft Country. Oh my god, how much do I love this show. Wow. Now before I talk on and I go on and on for too long, of course, please be warned, this is a spoiler-filled, and I mean spoiler-filled episode review. So if you have not watched or seen the latest episode of Lovecraft Country, for God's sake, stop watching and listen to this video, go watch the episode, and then come back and give this a watch. That being said, this is your spoiler warning. You have been warned. Let's dive right into it. Oh man, I am loving this show. I love the characters, I love the stories, and now most of all, I love the creatures as well. Whether they're monsters or disembodied spirits or scary as hell ghosts, I am all here for it. You know, this episode was a constant reminder of not only do our characters have to deal with the forces of the supernatural in scary situations, but then they have to deal with the very real life horror that is racism. And this episode did not hold back on that. And it was it's not like we necessarily needed a reminder, but it was a good way. This episode was a good way to show us, well, they're balancing two problems, like right now, a haunted house and nasty racism. And I think this episode had a pretty good balance there. It wasn't that surprising to see Letty and Atticus hook up finally. What was surprising was her admitting how that was her first time, and that's why she bled. She tried to play like the period card, I think, but it turns out she was a virgin until that point. Not really sure what the whole virginity thing is about, but okay, cool. First time for everything. I loved the way the ghosts and the disembodied spirits looked in this episode. They looked fantastic. And another thing I loved about this episode was that as the three of them, Atticus and Letty and the priestess were performing the ritual in the basement there, trying to drive out the spirits, the three racist Peckerwood neighbors break in, obviously to stir shit up. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, are we about to watch a bunch of ghosts and disembodied spirits fuck with or kill these racist Peckerwoods? And sure enough, we did, and it was amazing. I'll admit, the baby on the basketball player's body looks really weird and very scary, but also kind of silly in a weird, stupid way. But it didn't last too long, and I loved the boiler effect there, that boiler temperature thing, how it blew steam into those assholes' eyes. And then of course the third prick got his head completely chopped off by the elevator. That was fucking awesome. Because when you watch a show like this and you see so much nasty racism happening to these poor people, and you just want to reach through your TV screen and just choke these fucking racist assholes out, and then they have shit like this happen to them, and it makes watching the episode a whole lot easier and more rewarding. So please keep killing racists for us on this show. Please, Jordan Peele, please. Oh man. I also love the fact how Letty was brave enough and resilient enough to realize that, these spirits just wanted to finally be at peace and rest once and for all, but they couldn't do that without facing their tormentor, which was that scientist who was performing experiments on black people in that house, which is why there's so many bodies there. And I loved how she was able to basically rile up those ghosts, get them to unite and hold hands with her as they were able to confront this bastard once and for all when he finally disintegrated. And I especially love the fact that the disembodied spirits started to appear and look more and more human, while the asshole scientist started to look more and more decrepit and more monstrous before he finally fell apart. That was awesome. Overall, another fantastic episode. I'm really enjoying the growing relationship between these characters, Atticus and Letty, Atticus and his dad, Atticus and Hippolyta and Montrose. And then of course, the sad part about this episode is that there really was no need for that drama or skiff between Letty and Ruby, her sister, because it turned out it was that white chick from the earlier episode who actually supplied the inheritance to Letty and not Letty's mother. So there was no need for any drama or argument between them because it was based on a lie or a false pretense, basically. So hopefully they make up. But wow, what an episode. I loved that this week's episode was like a haunted house story, where last week's episode was like mysticism and magic and horror. This one is just like straight up haunted house with scary ass, awesome looking ghosts. What did you guys think of this episode? I want to hear your thoughts and your opinions down below in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. New episodes of Lovecraft Country premiere on HBO every Sunday night. Check it out. It's awesome. Have an awesome rest of your night. And of course, until next time, may the force be with you.